Hello everybody, welcome to this special StreamGeeks interview series where we're going to interview RJ Murdock from the Emerald Coast TV to learn a little bit about what it's like to have a live streaming studio and clients from all around the world. All this and more coming up next. So RJ, thank you so much for coming on the show today and talking to us about your business. Tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind Emerald Coast TV.
Well, Emerald Coast TV was basically a shoot off from when I was doing actually local cable access, lease access TV back in the early 2000s, 2002 to 2006. YouTube hadn't quite, I think it was just introduced in 2006. Live streaming video was not quite there. But I had a local tourism show, that little 30-minute show that I put on the air that would rotate every 30 minutes for a few hours each day, in the morning, in the evening, geared towards tourists, since I live on the Emerald Coast of Florida and it's beautiful over here. And I got into that business coming out of the Air Force after being in 20 years, so I was already kind of a geek to begin with, but I was also kind of a stagehand, and it was always good. And I've done videos since the first camcorder came out back in the 8mm, the first Sony 8mm camcorder back in 87, 88. So I've been like exposed to the video world for quite a bit. And like magic, I just transported myself into space, as you can see. I have a video wall in the background that I used as a test basis for doing a local talk show, taking over the local cable company, and instead of having a large TV studio set, I just created a DIY video wall, which I have behind me here. I guess I can always put something else on here.
All right, no, don't worry about it. So the first thing I wanted to ask you about is, who is your typical customer at Emerald Coast TV?
There is no typical customer, because Emerald Coast TV would be like, on my business card, you would see Emerald Coast TV. And then if you flipped it, you would see, okay, video depositions, film transfers, live multicam performances. So I mean, if you're talking about specifically Emerald Coast TV, it runs the gamut. One of the things that EmeraldCoastTV.com has allowed me to do is be able to offer a outlet for my clients if they have some of their products that they'd like me to put on there. Like I do, I'm doing the All Sports Association Awards banquet this week, and I use Emerald Coast TV as an ability to be able to send people to either the live aspect of it or the pre-recorded aspect of it, that they can go ahead and check it out. So it's been kind of more like not necessarily a portfolio, but it's just it's a hyper-local video source. I didn't want to get into news. I didn't want to be chasing the scanner, trying to find out where all the police chases were and stuff like that. That's just too much time. I'm semi-retired, so at least part of my monthly payment is taken care of already with my 20-year retirement with the Air Force. So this allows me to be able to find an outlet that I enjoy, and sometimes I actually get in front of the camera.
Wow, very interesting. So you were actually naming off some of your services. I'd love to hear the full list of services, and then maybe you can explain, what do you feel like your core service is that's the most popular with your customers?
You know, I'm part of a local production group that we started a couple of years ago, back in the early 2000s. It's called the Production Services Association of Northwest Florida. And it's kind of was trying to go towards a formal group, but it was just way too informal. So when Facebook came out, it just made it a lot bit easier to have no structure to it. However, the key point of this service, or this association, is the opportunity for people in the local area to network and share information of the people in the production business. So with that, I was able to I just kind of lost my train of thought.
Well, don't worry about it.
Ask me the question
so
again.
what would you consider? What would you consider your core service that you offer?
All right, and the reason I brought up the Production Service Association of Northwest Florida before was because what I tell people is that my key is live multicam production. And as a matter of fact, I didn't really kind of get into streaming, with except for the fact that I was trying to get rid of all of my SD equipment, upgrade to HD equipment. And this is back in 2010, 2011. And I was looking for an ability to make it easier to switch. One of the biggest problems I have with live switching is that there's always, if I had to switch quickly, sometimes I would hit the wrong camera. And I kept thinking to myself, how cool would it be if I can actually see and touch the scene I want, the camera I want. So I started working back in 2010 on a touchscreen based type of system. I started out with VidBlaster at the time because I liked the ease of configuration, but it just couldn't keep up with the HD side of the house, and that's where vMix came along, and I've been with them ever since 2013. And so that being the case, live production is still what I love to do, whether it's a stage performance, that's my key thing. Now, that being the case, this studio has allowed me to go ahead and go into the business world. I offer these services to local businesses through the chamber that I belong to. Every month I get an opportunity to give away a door prize for a 60-second spot shot in the studio where they can go ahead and then I would show it at the following First Friday Coffee and get a chance to see 200 or 300 business people get a chance to see a quick 60-second promo. That's really what my core focus is right now, is promoting this studio, because the biggest cost factor when it comes to video production is time. How much time it takes to get gear set up, get on location, wait for whatever the lawn maintenance guys in the window next door, the room on the location you're at would finish. If you can cut down the time, you can cut down the cost. So having everything all pre-set up, the ability to change whatever set I want from behind me, and not having and switching it live, and just maybe adding a picture or two or bullet point or two afterwards. I tell people I can do a 20-minute session, give them a 60-minute promotional video, and I'm doing it for $60. So it's a 60 for 60 deal.
That's awesome. And you're actually one of the first people that we've interviewed that actually has a video production studio, really as a money-making venture where, you're taking people into the studio. So not only is it saving you time, it's saving your clients time, but it's also probably creating a really nice finished product. So I think that's amazing that you have that there. I wanted to ask, over the years, as online video has changed, social media has come to play, what role does online video and social media play in the world that we live in today? And has it changed the services and offerings that you offer today?
Absolutely. I think if you look at any, or talk to any millennial, any of the new people, they really don't watch TV. And that's one of the biggest problems I'm having with the local cable company, is that I'm doing these talk shows for the chamber. That's what started this whole studio setup. But there's nobody watching that local channel because, especially except for some older people that may be flipping through channels. And besides, talk shows are typically not the most exciting thing to watch, mostly talking heads. However, with the aspect, especially with the live aspect of YouTube, when that went live, that was huge, because now I was able to stream the football games and the basketball games that I'm doing without having to worry about the bandwidth. And let me tell you, 3 years ago or 4 years ago, when there was Emerald Coast Classic was doing their inaugural NCAA basketball tournament here at the local college, and they asked me to come in the replay, to do the replay assistant, and I was using vMix for that. They also asked me whether I can stream it, and I was able to go ahead and get a sponsorship from the local Tourist Development Council to be able to handle the bandwidth, and I kind of estimated how much it would cost, but I didn't estimate how many viewers I would possibly get. First couple of teams, there's not quite a lot of, they're not big colleges, a few hundred here and there. That was okay, great. But then I had the Cincinnati and Ole Miss on the evening, the first evening. And the next thing you know, I had 9,000 viewers on there for 2 hours, and I had a $1,600 bandwidth bill, bam, just like that, and my whole sponsorship money was gone right then and there. Thank goodness Tom Sinclair was able to save me because he had some spare, and I was able to do it the following day. But that was just huge, and we decided not to do it the following year. But then when YouTube came out with being able to do the live streaming, and I didn't have to worry about that number anymore, it just opened the door up for anything. You just got to be careful about music content in the background. That's the biggest thing that will kill you.
So it's really opening the doors, cutting costs, lowering the barrier of entry for anyone to get into streaming. You know, those bandwidth costs, as you mentioned, you know, you're looking at maybe getting a $1,600 sponsorship, profit on doing all this job, and the profit's going to the bandwidth costs, is from what I'm hearing. So now it seems like streamers can actually focus more on getting paid for the actual production and the cameras and all of their services, and it actually reduced the cost for the customer, probably opening up a lot more opportunities. So I asked you a little bit about Facebook Live. Are your customers today, are they adopting live streaming, would you say? Because I know some people are still businesses are afraid to go live. Not everyone has jumped on board yet, although with Facebook Live, it seems like a big push in 2017. Where are we today from your customers? Are they all ready to go live, or where would you say they are today?
Since I started being able to focus my packages, and what I was able to do is create packages of what I'm able to produce, something that's easier to understand, because a lot of times we get a call and somebody will say, can you do this, and you don't have a set number. And I realized this, and I realized that business people, they just want to know a fixed amount and so they can budget for it. That being the case, within the last year, I've seen a lot of interest to sell on the 60 for 60, because some of the small businesses want to be able to at least put something on their website, on their Facebook page, that to show people who they are and what they have to do. So the social media aspect, I think, is huge, and this is that's just also the other reason why I came up with the 60 for 60, was because it's just perfect time-wise for a email blast, for a Facebook live aspect. And the live part of it, I don't think has quite gone there. People are doing live with their phone, and some people are kind of used to that, and other people are seeing that's going. But I've seen people do live and actually have it look really good, really well produced. So as a matter of fact, it's funny you mentioned this, because we just had a Mardi Gras party here at this office building I'm at 2 days ago, and I was putting out some flyers of my packages, and I decided to think of myself, okay, I've got this $60 for 60-second package here. I've got this $99 30-minute session for a 3 to 8 minute interview. Pick anybody you want to interview, somebody coming in town, something like that, $99. And then I started thinking that there's a way we can just go live with all of this, and live is just a few little aspects of it, but we can do a live production, but add the lower third, add this graphics on the back, increase the production value. That's the key thing, is the production value. It's not just the cell phone going, hey, we're going live, but hey, we're live with the intro and everything else. It's just, and with a video wall back here, it's not a green screen. The clients get excited. They see their business in the background, or they see their interior of their store or something like that. Or we transport them to Paris, and they're doing a live broadcast from Paris. They see it, so they kind of get excited about it, and it just, the whole studio thing has been a real big push. Or not today, but a positive sell. Anytime somebody comes in here, they want to do it. We want to do some more, and they're excited to go home and tell somebody that they were in a TV studio. So, to answer back to your question, with the Facebook Live, there's potential there. I think Facebook is trying to figure out how to make the money off of it, but if they could figure out, and I haven't done this. I wanted to delve into this, but I want to do a 24/7 pin to the top post display of all the videos, parades, basketball games, football, constantly going 24/7. So it becomes a TV channel, and then when we go live, they can go live. So we've got something like that. I think that's going to be huge, especially now. I think, you know, like I'm talking about the millennials, they don't watch TV anymore because they go online. What's coming after Facebook will be really interesting. If they find a way to be able to create that social media, the YouTube, the live aspect, and the searchable aspect of it, I think that's going to be huge for a game changer for any of us. And those who are in the biz already have the contacts. It's going to work great. Those who want to get into it, you said the barrier is low, but you got to learn the skills. And I'm an old dog. I'm not as upbeat and fast like the millennials, but I try to promote good lighting, good audio, good video. That's the key thing.
Well, RJ, this has been so insightful for us. I love that you have your own studio and you're creating these mini packages based for businesses. And one of the takeaways I think I'm learning here is that it's not all about live streaming all the time. These videos just want kind of a window into their business, whether it's a 60-second commercial or a 5 to 7 minute interview where they come into your studio. I think that makes a lot of sense. Thank you so much for coming in today for this interview, RJ.
No problem. Thanks for asking me.
So this has been our interview. Let's cue our outro music. It's been a really fun day today. So don't forget to like and subscribe to the StreamGeeks YouTube channel and Facebook page. We always have great information for you guys. Plus, if you're interested in getting into the live streaming or video production business, you may want to join our referral network. At StreamGeeks.us, you will see you can find local StreamGeeks in your area, and we could connect you with someone who can help you with these types of services. Thanks for watching, and take care.
I apologize. I rambled.
I think we forgot